Hello, Challenge fans. Hey, tell you what happened on Challenge Season 41. New frets and veterans on Week 12, and it's called The King of Kamikaze. Everybody's back to Condo celebrating, especially they're popping champagne, they're having drinks, they're eating it up, drinking some beer, because the legend of the game CT was eliminated last week alongside Rookie Tay. And they're definitely celebrating Theo, Dia, like you know, popping champagne, spraying them with champagne and stuff because CT was a big threat in the game because of his performances throughout the year. So everybody's happy to see him be eliminated. Now they're one step closer to the finals. There's 11 teams left. They started off with 32 competitors. We're down to 22. And everybody's wondering now, like, how many teams is TJ going to allow to be in the finals? Also, this wild card rule now where you can challenge the other team member come voting process time. And if you beat them in a head-to-head challenge, you get to steal their partner. If you lose, you go into elimination automatically with your teammate. Which might not want to work with you because you try to switch them with someone else. So everybody's talking, and then free alliances go into the separate areas of the condo to talk stuff over. You got Derek, D, Tobo, and Sydney. They're the only people left in their alliance because CT and Tay was sent home. And Derek didn't like the fact that he had a vote for them. But he said to keep peace in the house and not have a target on our backs. That's why we voted for CT and Tay. CT will understand. Tobo was the same reason why. So their plan now is just watch out for each other as best they can. And Tobo tells Derek and D, look, I'm good friends with Narnia. And I know, like I promised Narnia, I won't vote her and Justin in. They promised they won't vote me and Sydney in. I'll try to convince her to not vote you and D in, and we'll both make it to the finals. Then he goes to talk to Narnia, who has her alliance, which is Narnia, Justin, her partner, Aviv, and her partner, Maya, Tobo, and Sydney. And he mentions that, and she says, look, as long as he votes for who we want to vote for, I'm fine with saving him to the final. But if he betrays us, his butt's going in and he's going home. And Aviv said, now, we know Derek from previous seasons, people go up to him when it gets crunch time, when you're this close to the finals, and try to swerve him to join their alliance and betray his alliance. Sometimes it backfires, sometimes it doesn't. So Derek has a history of, when it comes down to the close that being the finals, he switches sides with people. And that costs him, and it will cost him probably a game. Because last season I watched with him, he was on a roll with the alliance he was in, and then well, it got time of like the other alliance was down like 2 or 4 people, and they had like 8 people left in theirs. He switched and helped them, but take out some of those people by voting process, and basically it burned himself out. He ended up having to go head to head against somebody. I think it was like Johnny Bananas, and he lost, and he had an injured leg, which did not help. Last season, that's what it was. He had an injured leg, which did not help, and he was sent into elimination with a bum leg and was taken out easily. He gave it his all in the boxing match, but going in boxing match one legged, you only do the best you can, right? So the next time, um, Derek, don't switch sides. Anyways, UK Alliance is down to 6 people, and they decide we're just gonna stick together. And that alliance is Olivia, Theo, Adia, Will, which is the person Lonnie is sleeping with, Jake, and Makichi. I don't like Makichi. She's new to this challenge, and she's sneaky, man. And it goes to show afterwards why she's sneaky. The challenge time. Everybody heads to the river, and there's metal pipes extended along the river. And TJ says simple. You walk across the pipe, retrieve the flag, walk it back, hook it to the other end, you win. First team to win secures the spot in safely. The last team that gets the flag goes automatic elimination. Now, you think it's pretty simple, but it's not. The pipes are flimsy, so you have to run up a hill and grab barrels full of sand, weights, stumps, stacks of wood, whatever you want to get, and try to balance the pipe so it's not so flip-floppy and shaky, and then walk across. How it works is Once the horn sounds, the guys run up the hill, grab an item. Time to get back, the female will go up, the partner, and they do it back and forth till they decide, you know what, we don't need no more items. Gabe and Joanna have difficulty communicating. Like, for instance, Gabe tells Joanna, okay, go get a barrel full of sand on your trip. Instead, she brings a stump. Then she tells him to grab a stack of wood, and he brings back a stack of weights. And it's not, communication and arguing against each other. Aviv decides to grab a barrel full of sand, and you can't roll the barrel down the hill. You got to carry it like over on your shoulders. Vanessa's just carrying it like nothing. She's just basically doing one arm. Aviv is struggling so much with that barrel that time she gets there to hand it over to Nehemiah, the other teams have switched off twice already. So he was not impressed with that and he had to wait. Derek and Dee is the first team to win it. They're safe from elimination. And Derek's strategy paid off. Instead of going up in the hill and grabbing random items, just focus on one type of item, which is the barrels full of sand. Then it was like 4 or 5 to balance the pipe. And then Dee was able to, walk across it, get the flag. The other teams realized, hey, you know what? We'll just use their strategy. Right? And use their counterweight system, and it works. And they start winning. It comes down to Gabe and Joanna, Aviv and Nehemiah. Joanna keeps struggling on the pipe. She keeps falling off into the water, swim back to shore, try again. Gabe finally has enough and tells her, you know what? Go get a stump. Just go get one more stump. She goes. He walks across the pipe and tries to get the flag. It works. He wins it for the team. She gets back and she's not happy that he purposely told her to go get a stump to help balance the other end of the pipe when he just walked across and got the flag. So Aviv and Nehemiah, everybody goes back to the house, and Aviv's freaking out because here Nehemiah is going to elimination, and they don't know who they're going to be facing. And Derek and Dee is informed that they get to pick one team to save on elimination. So they decide, discussing, okay, who we should save to benefit us. Obvious choice, Tobo and Sydney. But then Tobo and Sydney says, you know what, instead of saving us, save Narnia and Justin. And that'll, put you in good favors with them. Because the other house will think about sending them in to break up this alliance. Then Mikichi, being sneaky as she is, the newcomer, the rookie, when people start arguing, I noticed throughout the house, she goes around and tells, other people, hey, so-and-so was arguing about you and what you did and all that. And she twists words, she lies to basically benefit for her staying on there because she gets other people to go after each other. And everybody goes up to Derek and Dee at the club later on. Like, hey, man, if you save us, we promise we won't send you into elimination next week. And then Olivia and they walk up, and she doesn't say who, but she said somebody told us what Narnia's game plan is, which is to send Theo and Dia into elimination week after week after week to eventually they're gone, which is 2 more UK members gone, or they get to the point where they're going to keep winning, so screw that, we'll take out somebody else into elimination, try to drill down the numbers. And now there's only 6 people down Alliance, so one of us betraying Narnia and telling Team UK this. I know it's not an Aviv because she's Narnia's best friend. It won't be Nehemiah and Justin, I don't think, so the partners. Maybe it's Tobo and City. Because Tobo is dirty, man. From previous seasons, here, be with one alliance, be with other alliance, be over these people, be over that people, whatever alliance benefits him the most, that's where he's at. He spreads himself everywhere. Trying to keep himself safe every time before he goes in the finals. So maybe he's the one that's leaking information to Team UK. So then they come up to Gabe or Joanna, and they come up with a strategy. And that is, Gabe is going to call out Justin when the house vote starts and challenge him to hit-a-hit challenge. And that way he becomes Narnia's new partner, which screws up the alliance big time. And Justin becomes Joanna's partner. Gabe's cool with this because he doesn't like being Joanna's partner. He said, I never got picked by nobody. She didn't get to pick with no one. We end up being stuck together and we're not working As you can see, communication's not at all on the same wavelength. Joanna overhears this. Of course, she starts mouthing off to Gabe and all this. And she says, it's going to backfire on you. I'm telling you right now. Don't listen to what they're saying. They're just basically losing you to benefit them. Time comes in to start voting people in. Derek and Dee announced that they're saving Nanya and Justin. But TJ announces that they cannot save a person yet, a team, unless someone stakes a claim on someone else. And then Gabe stands up and challenges Justin to a head-to-head challenge. Nanya flips her lid. She is livid. She knows the UK Alliance has something going on about this. She's yelling at Olivia's face. Olivia's giving right back to it, which I like. Theo and Tobo have to separate the two with them before they get into fisticuffs. Vanessa sides with Olivia now because last week, basically, Nanya told her their friendship's over after the challenge is done. And the friends outside the show, that's over and done with. So Vanessa's now helping them, being on Olivia's side because she's friends with her too off the show. And TJ said, okay, so the rules are simple. Gabe, Justin, you're going to run up a hill, solve this cube puzzle that's up there, run back down. The first one back down wins. And if it's Justin, he gets to stay with his partner, Nanya. If Gabe wins, he gets to switch with Justin, so Justin becomes Joanna's partner, and he becomes Nanya's. Well, after 40 minutes, everybody else is arguing or talking, Justin makes it back first, because Gabe struggled on the cube puzzle. So, TJ said, now, automatically that means Gabe and Joanna's going elimination, so Derek D, you don't get a vote who you want to save. So elimination time, you got the pro, Joanna, the rookie, Gabe. They're not going to, I don't think they're going to work well together at all, I thought, because what had Gabe try to switch his partner up. And what he did with that challenge, like Talgo get a stomp, and he climbs across the pipe to get the flag. And then they're taking on Aviv and Jeremiah. And the challenge is Poet to Jetter. There's a big, huge rock climbing wall with metal pegs on one side, and the other side is completely empty with a cargo net. The way it works is TJ's going to sound the horn. The winner are going to climb the cargo net, remove the metal pegs, drop them to the ground. The guy is going to pick up those metal pegs, climb up the other side of the rock climbing wall, and reinsert the metal pegs to the top and hit the buzzer. But all pegs must be in the side of the wall before you can hit the buzzer. So, Joanna tells Gabe, look, we're not, we don't like each other, but for the amount of money we're playing for, which we don't even know yet, so that's a big amount, she said, I'll help you. But when we get back to the house, you're going to listen to what I got to say. So Gabe understands he's screwed up. He says, the UK Alliance put me up to it. So, when he said that, while everybody else is up on the platform watching this, Nanya and all of them, it's like, oh, I knew the UK Alliance had something to do with this. So, there's tensions more of those two Alliance members. It's going to come down to blows soon, man. Like, Olivia always said off camera, she can only take so much of Nanya's mouth before she slaps it shut. I cannot wait to see that happen. But if she dies, she'll be kicked off the challenge because of physical contact. Unless it's on challenge or elimination. So, Olivia, don't slap Nanya's mouth shut because you'll be kicked off and I want you to win it. I was hoping for CT and Tay. I'm going with Derek and D or Olivia and Will to win it. And Nanya's still mad because Olivia picked her boyfriend that she's sleeping with as a partner. Even though, like that, one night they slept together, that was it. And Nanya thought she can use Will to her advantage. And Will actually is happy that he's Olivia's partner. So the elimination starts. Joanna and Aviv, no problem at all, climb up that cargo net, remove those metal poles. Gabe's strategy is he's just going to insert the poles, starting at the bottom of the climbing wall, and work his way to the top. Jeremiah's strategy is completely fill up one side of the wall, jump down, and fill up the other side, jump down, fill up the other side. So he's going to go like this, while Gabe's going to go like this. Jeremiah's strategy works out the best. He outperforms Gabe. Gabe did his best, but he 10 pipes, 10 poles left, and Nehemiah was up there hitting the buzzer already. So as soon as he saw Nehemiah climbing up and noticed there was no more metal poles on the ground, Gabe knew right then he was done for, so he just gave up. So Nehemiah and Aviv stayed for another week. Gabe and Joanna are done and eliminated. There's 10 teams left. Now, before they go, Joanna tells Gabe that he's new to the game, and communication was an issue between them from the get-go, and all that. So she said, I'll tell you what, if you just, whenever you decide if you want to come back on season 42, season 48, season 45, whatever you want to come back, call me personally. I'll come back to the show, on this show, and help you understand the game better because you're a rookie. Gabe appreciates that. And she says, for starters, don't let other people tell you what to do. Work who you want to work with that benefits you, not trying to please everybody, which he was trying to do throughout the show. So Gabe appreciates Joanna, offering her services like that, which I think is huge. As Joanna said, I got lots of money. I just do this challenge every year when I go on it to help improve myself physically and mentally. So she said, I want to help this new guy out, right? And show him the ropes. So that's pretty cool. So then TJ announces there's 10 teams left. And TJ hints. He said, maybe I only want 5 teams in the finals. Maybe I only want 6 teams. Maybe I only want 3 teams. He said, all I'm telling you is, the finals coming up. It could be a couple weeks. Could be after next week. You don't know. And then everybody else heads back to the condo. And already Nalia's like, okay, so they try to steal my partner Justin. UK Alliance has got to go. And then it shows scenes for next week. And it just shows the people arguing in the house. And TJ says, anybody else like to stick a claim with someone else's partner? It shows off camera, but somebody stands up. And Theo and Olivia and Tobo, they're like shocked at who's standing up to challenge to switch the partner. Whoever it is must be a big name for like those pros to be shocked at who's doing it. Maybe it's Derek. Derek has had a habit of doing that in the past seasons. When he has a chance to switch with his partner that he's doing good with, he will to get a better partner, which he thinks will benefit him, then it costs him the match. So right now there's 10 teams left. I'd love to see Olivia and Will win it because I'm a big fan of Olivia on the show. On the other hand, I'd like to see Derek and Dee win it because I'm a fan of Derek, and I actually like Dee. Her boyfriend slept with Anya, even though they had the whole, if you're both going this challenge, yeah, we can sleep around with other people, rule in the relationship, which apparently she did not agree to. But anyways, she's done with Will, and every challenge she's on, she always gives 100%, and Will does as well. I cannot stand Makia. I can't stand her. She does great on challenges that are like puzzles and trivia. But physical challenges, like this one carrying a metal barrel full of sand, that she struggles. Strong suit is not her strongest point, or speed, but brains and skill is. I hope that she's in elimination soon, because she's getting cocky. She's getting cocky that she hasn't gone to elimination just once, but I've people going it twice or 3 times now. And that she said, I'm just coast my way to the finals. I want to see her and Cedric, which is her pro, get eliminated by somebody unexpectedly. That'd be cool. There you have, folks. Stay safe, everybody. Too sweet. Bye.